There comes a moment in life when you realize that starting over doesn't mean starting from nothing. It means starting from everything you have learned. From every heartbreak, every disappointment, every lesson, every moment that changed you. Perhaps you don't need to become someone new. Perhaps you simply need to find your way back to yourself. Because before you can build what comes next, you may need to heal from what came before. So take a breath. Leave the past gently where it belongs. And allow yourself to believe that a beautiful new beginning is still possible. This is the art of starting over, finding hope, healing, and the courage to begin again. Introduction. You cannot teach a heart that is still in pain. Think about that for a moment. We often believe we need more knowledge, more discipline, or a better plan to change our lives. But what if the real reason we feel stuck is much simpler? A heart in pain struggles to receive wisdom, not because it lacks intelligence, but because healing always comes before learning. And perhaps that's why so many of us try to begin again, before we've truly healed. This audiobook is an invitation to slow down, heal deeply, learn wisely, and discover that starting over isn't about becoming someone else. It's about becoming yourself again. Dedication. This audiobook is for every heart that has been broken, every dream that has been delayed, and every soul searching for the courage to begin again. May you discover that healing is not the end of your journey. It is where your new story begins. With love, Dimple. Chapter 1. When life doesn't go as planned. Have you ever noticed that life rarely unfolds exactly the way we imagine it will? As children, we picture a future filled with certainty. We believe that if we work hard, make good decisions, and treat people with kindness, life will reward us with happiness, stability, and peace. But somewhere along the way, life begins writing a different story. A relationship ends when you thought it would last forever. A career you've worked hard to build suddenly changes direction. A dream you've nurtured for years slips quietly through your fingers. Sometimes the changes happen all at once. At other times, they arrive so gradually that one day you simply wake up and realize your life no longer looks the way you imagined it would. And that's often where the struggle begins. Not because life has changed, but because we keep holding on to the version of life we thought we were supposed to have. We replay old conversations. We question our decisions. We wonder what we could have done differently. We search for reasons, hoping that understanding the past will somehow return it to us. But there comes a moment when we have to ask ourselves a different question. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" What if we asked, "What is this experience trying to prepare me for?" That single question doesn't erase the pain. It doesn't make disappointment disappear, but it gently shifts our attention away from what we've lost and toward who we are becoming. Every meaningful new beginning starts with acceptance. Not the kind of acceptance that says, "This is fair," but the kind that quietly whispers, "This is where I am today, and from here, I can choose my next step." Starting over doesn't begin the day your circumstances change. It begins the day you stop wishing for yesterday and begin making space for tomorrow. And perhaps that's the most courageous decision any of us can make. Not to pretend the past didn't matter, but to believe that it doesn't have to define the rest of our story. Reflection. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, am I holding on to the life I expected so tightly that I can't see the life waiting to unfold before me? Sometimes, the first step toward a new beginning isn't moving forward. It's gently releasing what no longer belongs to you. Signature affirmation. I honor my past without living in it. I welcome each new beginning with courage, hope, and an open heart. Every step I take today is helping me create the life that is waiting for me. Chapter 2. Healing comes before growth. Have you ever tried to keep moving forward while pretending that nothing hurt? Many of us do. We smile when we're expected to smile. We stay busy because silence feels uncomfortable. We convince ourselves that if we ignore the pain long enough, it will eventually disappear. But pain doesn't disappear simply because we refuse to acknowledge it. It waits. Sometimes it shows up as fear, sometimes as anger, sometimes as exhaustion, self-doubt, or the feeling that something inside us has quietly changed. Healing begins the moment we stop running from those feelings, not to become trapped in them, but to understand what they are trying to tell us. Every emotion has a purpose. Sadness reminds us that something mattered. Disappointment reveals the hopes we once carried. Fear often points toward the places where we feel uncertain or vulnerable. Instead of asking, how do I stop feeling this? Try asking, what is this feeling trying to teach me? That simple shift changes everything. Healing isn't about forgetting the past. It isn't pretending that difficult moments never happened. Healing is learning to remember those moments without allowing them to control your present. It happens quietly. One forgiving thought, one honest conversation, one peaceful decision at a time. Some days you'll feel stronger than you did yesterday. Other days, old memories may return without warning. That doesn't mean you've failed. Healing is rarely a straight path. It's a journey filled with small steps, gentle pauses, and moments of unexpected courage. Be patient with yourself. A heart that has carried pain for a long time deserves kindness, while it learns to trust again. And perhaps that's the greatest gift you can give yourself. Not the pressure to heal quickly, but the permission to heal completely. Reflection. Ask yourself quietly, what feeling have I been trying to avoid? And what might change if I chose to listen to it with compassion instead of fear? Sometimes, healing begins not with an answer, but with the courage to be honest with yourself. Signature affirmation. I give myself permission to heal at my own pace. I welcome every emotion with kindness and understanding. Each day, my heart becomes lighter, stronger, and more open to new beginnings. Chapter 3. When your heart is ready to learn. Healing has a quiet way of changing us. At first, the changes are almost impossible to notice. Life still looks much the same, and some memories may still bring a sense of sadness. But little by little, something begins to soften within us. The weight we've been carrying no longer feels quite as heavy. And we begin to look at our experiences with a little more kindness and a little less fear. That is often the moment when learning truly begins. While our hearts are hurting, our energy is spent trying to survive. We search for explanations, replay old conversations, and wonder if we could have changed the outcome. It's completely human to do that. But healing slowly creates space for a different question to emerge. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" we begin asking, "What can this experience teach me?" That single question doesn't erase the past, but it changes the way we carry it. We stop seeing every challenge as a punishment, and we begin to see that every experience has something to offer, even if the lesson takes time to reveal itself. Life has always been our greatest teacher. Some lessons arrive through moments of joy. Others arrive through disappointment, uncertainty, or change. Neither experience is wasted. Each one quietly shapes our character, strengthens our understanding, and prepares us for the chapters that are still waiting to be written. As our perspective changes, so do our choices. We become less interested in blaming ourselves or others, and more interested in understanding what truly matters. We begin to notice the things we can control, instead of feeling overwhelmed by the things we cannot. This is how wisdom grows, not all at once, and not through a single life-changing moment, but through small insights that slowly become part of who we are. One lesson leads to another, and before we realize it, we are responding to life with greater patience, greater compassion, and greater confidence than we once thought possible. Perhaps that is one of the greatest gifts of healing. It doesn't simply help us recover from yesterday. It prepares us to live tomorrow with clearer eyes and a more open heart. The experiences that once caused us pain can eventually become the very experiences that guide us. We may not have chosen those moments, but we can choose what we carry forward from them. We cannot change the chapters that have already been written, but we can allow them to make us wiser, kinder, and stronger as we continue writing the rest of our story. Reflection. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself, what has life been trying to teach me through the experiences I've been resisting? Sometimes, the lesson has been waiting patiently for us to heal enough to receive it. Signature affirmation. My heart is open to wisdom. Every experience is helping me grow into the person I am becoming. I carry my lessons forward with gratitude, confidence, and hope. Chapter 4. The choice that changes everything. There comes a moment in every journey when life quietly asks us a different question. Not, "Why did this happen?" We've asked that question many times already. Perhaps we've asked it so often that we've almost forgotten to ask anything else. Instead, life gently whispers, "What will you choose now?" It sounds like such a simple question. Almost too simple. After everything we've been through, we often expect change to arrive in extraordinary ways. We wait for the perfect opportunity, the perfect answer, the perfect feeling, the perfect day, when everything will finally begin to make sense. But life has taught me something very different. The biggest changes rarely happen all at once. They begin quietly, almost unnoticed, with one decision, then another, and another. Have you ever watched the sunrise? It doesn't suddenly fill the sky with light. The darkness slowly begins to fade, little by little, minute by minute, until one day, without even realizing when it happened, the world is bright again. Perhaps healing works the same way. Perhaps starting over isn't one giant decision. Perhaps it's 1,000 small ones. Choosing to get out of bed, even when your heart still feels heavy. Choosing to answer a phone call when you've been avoiding the world. Choosing to believe that one difficult chapter doesn't have to become the whole story of your life. Those choices may seem ordinary, but they are quietly changing you every single day. Sometimes we believe we need confidence before we move forward. But maybe confidence has never been the beginning. Maybe confidence is simply the reward for taking the first step before we felt completely ready. Think about a child learning to walk. They don't wait until they're certain they won't fall. They take a step, they stumble, they get back up, and somehow, without even noticing, walking becomes natural. Perhaps life has always worked that way. We grow by moving, not by waiting. I've often wondered how many beautiful beginnings have been delayed because someone believed they had to feel fearless first. The truth is, most new beginnings are born in uncertainty. They begin with trembling hands, a hopeful heart, and just enough courage to take one more step. If you're listening to this today, perhaps life is placing that same invitation before you. Not to have everything figured out, not to know exactly where the road will lead, simply to keep walking, one choice at a time, one day at a time, one quiet act of courage at a time. Because one day, you'll look back, not with sadness, but with gratitude. You'll realize that the moment everything changed wasn't the day life became easier. It was the day you quietly decided to stop letting yesterday decide what tomorrow could become. And perhaps that is the choice that changes everything. Reflection. As we bring this chapter to a close, I hope you'll remember one simple truth. Life doesn't change because we wake up one morning feeling fearless. It changes because we quietly choose to take the next step, even while fear is still walking beside us. Every small decision you make today is gently shaping the person you are becoming tomorrow. Perhaps you don't need to have every answer right now. Perhaps you only need enough courage to take the next honest step. Because every new beginning always starts with a choice. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, gentle breath and repeat these words quietly within your heart. Today, I choose hope over fear. I choose courage over doubt. I trust that every small step is leading me towards a brighter tomorrow. And with every choice I make, I am creating a beautiful new beginning. Chapter 5. Learning to trust the journey. There is something deeply comforting about knowing that we don't have to see the entire path before taking the next step. And yet, most of us spend so much of our lives wanting certainty. We want to know that our decisions will work out. We want to know that our efforts will be rewarded. We want reassurance that everything will eventually be okay. It's a very human desire. After all, the unknown can feel unsettling. It asks us to keep moving without revealing what lies around the next corner. But perhaps life was never meant to show us the whole journey at once. Perhaps it reveals just enough for us to take the next faithful step. Have you ever driven along a quiet road at night? Your headlights don't illuminate the entire journey. They only light the road a little distance ahead. And somehow, that is enough to keep moving forward. Life often works the same way. We don't receive clarity for the next 10 years. We receive enough clarity for today, enough wisdom for this moment, enough strength for the next step. Sometimes we mistake delays for denial. We assume that because something hasn't happened yet, it never will. But life has its own rhythm. A seed doesn't become a tree overnight. It quietly grows beneath the surface, long before anyone notices its progress. The roots are forming. The foundation is becoming stronger, even though nothing seems to be happening. Perhaps your own life is in one of those seasons. A season where growth is happening in ways you cannot yet see. It can be difficult to trust that, especially when your efforts seem invisible, especially when you've been patient for longer than you expected. But some of life's greatest transformations take place in silence. They happen in the moments when you continue showing up, even without immediate results. When you choose faith over frustration. When you choose perseverance over giving up. Looking back, you may one day realize that what felt like waiting was actually preparation. That what felt like a delay was quietly protecting you from something you couldn't yet understand. Life has an extraordinary way of connecting moments that once seemed completely unrelated. A conversation, a setback, an unexpected opportunity, a lesson learned through disappointment. Years later, they begin to make sense. Not because life suddenly changed, but because you could finally see the bigger picture. Perhaps that's why trust is so powerful. Trust doesn't mean having all the answers. It means believing that even unanswered questions still have a purpose. If today feels uncertain, you don't have to force yourself to know everything. You don't need to solve your entire future. You only need to trust that this moment is preparing you for the next one. And perhaps that is all the certainty you truly need. Because every meaningful journey is taken one faithful step at a time. Reflection. As we pause for a moment, think about how far you've already come. There were many moments in your life that didn't make sense when you were living through them. And yet, looking back, you can probably see how each experience taught you something valuable. Perhaps the answers you're searching for today are still unfolding in ways you cannot yet see. Keep showing up, keep believing, and trust that every step you take with patience and hope is leading you exactly where you need to be. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, peaceful breath and quietly repeat these words within your heart. I trust the journey, even when I cannot see the destination. I believe that every step I take is helping me grow stronger and wiser. I welcome each new day with patience, hope, and quiet confidence. And I know that life is unfolding for me, one beautiful step at a time. Chapter 6. Becoming the person you were always meant to be. One of the greatest gifts that life can offer us is the opportunity to begin seeing ourselves differently. For many years, we often carry labels that were never truly ours. Someone once told us we weren't good enough. Someone made us believe we were too quiet, too emotional, too sensitive, too ordinary. And without realizing it, we slowly began to believe those stories. We carried them with us, into our relationships, into our work, into our dreams, until one day, we forgot that they were only opinions, not the truth. Have you ever looked into an old mirror that was covered with dust? The reflection appears dull, unclear, almost unfamiliar, but the mirror itself has never lost its ability to shine. It simply needs to be cleaned. Perhaps the same is true for us. Life doesn't take away our worth. Fear simply covers it. Disappointment covers it. Self-doubt covers it. Past failures cover it. But underneath, the person you were created to become is still there. waiting patiently, not asking you to become someone else, only asking you to remember who you've always been. Sometimes we spend so much energy trying to fit into places that were never meant for us. We compare our journey with someone else's success. We measure our progress against someone else's timeline. And slowly, we begin to question our own path. But flowers don't bloom together. Some blossom in spring. Others wait until summer. Some take years before revealing their beauty. Yet each one blooms at exactly the right time. Your life has its own season, its own rhythm, its own purpose, and it doesn't need to look like anyone else's. Perhaps your greatest achievement will never be becoming more successful. Perhaps it will be becoming more authentic, living with greater honesty, speaking with greater kindness, choosing what truly matters, and letting go of the endless need to prove your worth, because your value has never depended on how much you accomplish or how many people applaud you. Your value has always been part of who you are. It has been with you since the very beginning. If you've forgotten that, you're not alone. Many people spend years searching for something that has quietly been living within them all along. Maybe today, you don't need to become someone new. Maybe today, you simply need to come home to yourself, to the dreams that still make your heart smile, to the kindness you've always carried, to the quiet strength that has never left you. And perhaps that is the most beautiful journey of all, not becoming someone different, but becoming the person you were always meant to be. Reflection. Take a quiet moment and ask yourself one gentle question. Have I been living according to who I truly am, or according to who I believed I had to become? The answer may not come immediately, and that's perfectly okay. Simply allow yourself the freedom to let go of labels that no longer serve you, because the more honest you become with yourself, the more peaceful your life begins to feel. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, peaceful breath and gently repeat these words within your heart. I release the labels that no longer define me. I choose to honor the person I truly am. I trust my own journey, my own timing, and my own purpose. Every day, I become more fully the person I was always meant to be. Chapter 7. Choosing courage. Every day, when we hear the word courage, many of us imagine something extraordinary. We picture people doing remarkable things, standing before large crowds, making bold decisions, changing the world. And while those moments certainly require courage, I don't believe they are the only ones that matter. Some of the greatest acts of courage will never be seen by anyone else. Sometimes courage is simply having an honest conversation when it would be easier to remain silent. Sometimes it is admitting that you need help. Sometimes it is choosing to begin again. After life has disappointed you more than once, those moments rarely receive applause, yet they quietly change the direction of our lives. Perhaps courage has never been about becoming fearless. Perhaps it has always been about choosing what matters, even while fear is still present. Think about a bird preparing to leave the safety of its nest. It doesn't know exactly what the wind will feel like. It cannot predict every gust or every storm it may one day face. And yet, there comes a moment when staying in the nest becomes more frightening than learning to fly. Life often brings us to similar moments Moments when comfort begins to feel like a prison. Moments when we realize that the life we've been hoping for will only be found beyond the edge of our familiar routines. Those moments can feel uncomfortable. They can make our hearts beat a little faster. They can fill our minds with questions. What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? What if things don't work out? They are natural questions. We've all asked them. But there is another question that deserves just as much attention. What if everything works out better than I ever imagined? What if this one decision opens a door I never knew existed? What if the life waiting for me is far more beautiful than the one I'm afraid to leave behind? Sometimes we become so focused on what we might lose that we forget to imagine what we might gain. Courage invites us to look beyond fear, not because fear disappears, but because hope becomes stronger. Every meaningful dream begins with someone who was willing to take one uncertain step. Every lasting relationship begins with someone who chose to trust. Every beautiful new chapter begins with someone who decided that their future was worth the risk. Perhaps today, life isn't asking you to make the biggest decision of your life. Perhaps it's simply asking you to take the next honest step, to make the phone call, to submit the application, to forgive, to speak kindly to yourself, to believe just a little more than you did yesterday. Because courage is rarely found in one extraordinary moment. It is built through ordinary choices, made with an extraordinary heart. And one day, you'll look back, not at the fear you felt, but at the life you created, because you chose to keep moving forward. Reflection. As you sit quietly with this chapter, think about one area of your life where fear has been asking you to stay still. Now ask yourself another question. What would love, hope, or faith encourage you to do instead? You don't have to change everything today. You only need the willingness to take one small step in the direction your heart has been gently calling you. Because courage grows every time you choose progress over fear. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, peaceful breath and gently repeat these words within your heart. I choose courage, even when the path ahead feels uncertain. I trust myself to take one honest step at a time. I will not allow fear to decide the future I am capable of creating. With every new day, I grow stronger, wiser, and more confident in the journey ahead. Chapter 8. The Freedom of Letting Go. There comes a time in every journey when moving forward no longer depends on how hard we keep holding on. It depends on how gently we learn to let go. For many of us, letting go feels frightening. We worry that if we release the pain, we're somehow forgetting what happened. If we forgive, perhaps we're saying it didn't matter. If we stop carrying the hurt, maybe people will think it never existed. But letting go doesn't erase your story. It simply changes the way your story lives within you. Have you ever carried a heavy bag for much longer than you needed to? At first, you hardly notice the weight, but as time passes, your shoulders begin to ache. Your hands grow tired. Your steps become slower. The strange thing is, the bag hasn't become heavier. You've simply carried it for too long. Sometimes, our hearts carry invisible bags like that. Old disappointments, unspoken regrets, broken relationships, words that should never have been spoken, mistakes we still replay in our minds, long after everyone else has forgotten them. We carry them because we believe they belong to us. But perhaps they never did. Imagine walking through a beautiful garden while staring only at the stones beneath your feet. The flowers are there, the trees are there, the gentle breeze is there, but you never notice them because your eyes remain fixed on what has already hurt you. Life still offers beauty. Sometimes we simply become too burdened to see it. Letting go doesn't happen in a single moment. It happens quietly, one memory at a time, one apology to yourself at a time, one decision to stop punishing yourself for a chapter that has already ended. Perhaps the hardest person to forgive is ourselves. We remember every mistake, every missed opportunity, every choice we wish we could change. Yet, if someone we loved had made those same mistakes, we would probably offer them kindness. We would remind them that they were doing the best they could with the understanding they had at that moment. Maybe it's time to offer yourself that same compassion, because healing becomes much lighter when kindness begins to replace criticism. There is an old tree that quietly lets go of its leaves every season, not because the leaves were unimportant, but because holding on would prevent new life from growing. Perhaps nature has been teaching us this lesson all along. There are seasons for holding on, and there are seasons for gently releasing. If today finds you carrying something that no longer brings peace, ask yourself one simple question. Is this helping me become the person I want to be? Or is it quietly keeping me tied to the person I used to be? Sometimes, the greatest act of courage isn't learning to hold on. It's learning to release, with gratitude for what was and hope for what is still waiting to come. Because when our hands are finally open, our hearts become ready to receive something new. And perhaps that is where freedom truly begins. Reflection. Take a quiet moment and notice if there is something your heart has been holding on to for far too long. It may be a regret, a disappointment, a painful memory, or even an expectation that life was supposed to unfold differently. You don't have to let it go all at once, but perhaps today you can loosen your grip just a little, because every time you choose peace over the weight of the past, you make room for something far more beautiful to enter your life. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, gentle breath and quietly repeat these words within your heart. I choose to release what no longer brings peace into my life. I forgive myself for the moments I cannot change, and I welcome each new day with compassion. My heart is becoming lighter. My spirit is becoming stronger, and I am ready to receive the beautiful future that is waiting for me. Chapter 9. Finding joy in the present moment. There is a gentle truth that many of us spend years searching for. We believe happiness is waiting somewhere ahead, after the next promotion, after the next achievement, after life becomes easier, after everything finally falls into place. So we keep looking towards tomorrow, hoping that one day we'll finally arrive. But what if the life we've been waiting for has been quietly unfolding all along? What if joy has never been hiding in the future, but patiently waiting for us to notice it today? Have you ever watched a child playing with nothing more than a few stones, or chasing butterflies across an open field? They laugh without wondering whether tomorrow will be perfect. They smile without needing every question to be answered. For a little while, they simply enjoy the moment they are living. Somewhere along the way, many of us forget how to do that. Our minds become crowded. We replay conversations that have already ended. We worry about situations that haven't even happened yet. And while our thoughts travel between yesterday and tomorrow, today quietly slips away. The present moment is often far more beautiful than we allow ourselves to see. It may not be perfect. No life ever is. But even ordinary days carry extraordinary gifts. The warmth of morning sunlight resting gently on your face, the comforting aroma of a cup of tea held between your hands, the laughter of someone you love, a kind word from a stranger, a peaceful evening sky filled with colors that appear for only a few precious moments. These experiences are easy to overlook, not because they are unimportant, but because they are familiar. We become so accustomed to the blessings around us that we stop noticing them. And yet, when life changes unexpectedly, those simple moments often become the ones we miss the most. Perhaps gratitude isn't about pretending that everything is wonderful. Perhaps it's about recognizing that even during difficult seasons, something beautiful still remains. A reason to smile, a lesson to learn, a hand reaching out to help, a quiet reminder that hope has never completely left us. Gratitude has a remarkable way of changing our perspective. The circumstances around us may remain exactly the same, but the heart begins to see them differently. What once felt ordinary becomes meaningful. What once felt small becomes precious. Life itself begins to feel richer, not because we suddenly have more, but because we finally notice how much has already been given. Perhaps that is one of life's greatest miracles. Not that everything changes around us, but that something beautiful changes within us. So today, instead of asking, what is still missing? Perhaps ask, what has already been quietly blessing my life? You may discover that joy has been walking beside you far longer than you ever realized. Because happiness isn't always found at the end of the journey. Very often, it is found in the simple moments we choose to fully live along the way. Reflection. As we pause together, take a moment to think about 3 simple things that have brought you comfort today. They don't have to be extraordinary. Sometimes the smallest moments become the ones that stay with us the longest. The more we learn to appreciate what is already present, the more we begin to realize that joy has been quietly surrounding us all along. Gratitude doesn't change the past, but it has a beautiful way of transforming the present. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, peaceful breath and gently repeat these words within your heart. Today, I choose to notice the beauty that already surrounds me. I welcome each moment with gratitude, peace, and an open heart. The more I appreciate the life I have today, the richer and more meaningful my journey becomes. Chapter 10. Your new beginning starts today. Every journey, no matter how long, eventually brings us to a quiet moment like this. A moment to pause, to look back, and to notice just how far we've come. When this journey began, perhaps your heart was carrying more than anyone else could see. There may have been questions without answers, dreams that felt distant, memories that were difficult to revisit, and moments when beginning again seemed almost impossible. Yet here you are, still reading, still listening, still believing that life can become something beautiful again. That alone is worth celebrating. Over these chapters, you've been gently reminded that your past does not define you, that healing takes time, that every meaningful change begins with one small choice. You've learned to trust the journey. Even when the destination wasn't clear, you've remembered your true worth. You've discovered that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the willingness to keep moving despite it. You've learned to let go of what no longer belongs in your heart, and you've begun to notice the quiet beauty that has always been present in your life. Perhaps none of these lessons arrived all at once. Perhaps they settled into your heart, one gentle thought at a time. And perhaps that is exactly how lasting change happens. Not through one extraordinary moment, but through many ordinary moments, lived with greater awareness, greater compassion, and greater hope. As you leave this audiobook, I don't hope that you'll remember every sentence. I don't hope that you'll recall every story. Instead, I hope you'll remember how these moments made you feel. I hope you'll remember that even during your hardest seasons, there was always a quiet strength within you, a strength that never disappeared. It was simply waiting for you to believe in it again. Life will continue to bring new seasons. Some will fill your heart with joy. Others will ask you to be patient. There will still be days when uncertainty visits your doorstep. There will still be moments when you question yourself. That is part of being human. But now, you carry something you may not have carried before. You carry perspective. You carry wisdom. You carry hope. And perhaps most importantly, you carry the quiet understanding that no difficult season lasts forever. Whenever life asks you to begin again, you already know where to start. With one kind thought, one honest decision, one hopeful step, that has always been enough. Have you ever noticed how every sunrise arrives without making a sound? The world doesn't rush it. The sky doesn't force it. Light simply appears, little by little, until darkness quietly gives way to a brand new day. Perhaps your own life will unfold in much the same way. Not with sudden perfection, but with quiet progress. Not with dramatic change, but with gentle transformation. Trust that. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate every small victory. Rest when you need to. Smile whenever you can. Love deeply. Forgive freely. And never stop believing that beautiful new beginnings are always possible. Not because life is perfect, but because the human heart has an extraordinary ability to heal, to grow, and to begin again. So as this audiobook comes to an end, perhaps it isn't really an ending at all. Perhaps it is simply the place where your next chapter begins. And wherever life takes you from here, may you walk forward with peace in your heart, hope in your spirit, kindness in your words, and quiet confidence in every step you take, because your story is still being written, and I believe some of its most beautiful pages are yet to come. Reflection. Before you step into whatever comes next, take a quiet moment to acknowledge how far you've traveled, not just through these chapters, but through your own life. Every challenge has shaped you. Every lesson has strengthened you. Every new beginning has revealed a little more of the person you were always becoming. As you move forward, carry these lessons gently. You don't have to remember every word, Simply remember the person you've chosen to become, and let that person guide each new step you take. Signature affirmation. Take a slow, peaceful breath and gently repeat these words within your heart. I welcome each new day with hope, courage, and an open heart. I trust myself. I trust my journey. And I believe in the beautiful future that is unfolding before me. Today, I begin again, with peace within me and endless possibilities ahead. A final thought. If I may, I'd love to end this audiobook with something that isn't an instruction or an affirmation, just a simple reminder. Life will never ask you to be perfect. It will simply ask you to keep showing up, to keep learning, to keep loving, to keep believing. And whenever you lose your way, come back to this one gentle truth. Every sunrise is proof that life believes in new beginnings. Perhaps it's time you believed in yours too. This audiobook was lovingly created by Lumenspire Edutech Private Limited as part of the growing LEPL audiobook collection, a series created to inspire hope, resilience, personal growth, and meaningful reflection through the power of words. If this journey resonated with you, I warmly invite you to continue exploring the collection, because every audiobook offers a new conversation, a new perspective, and perhaps a new beginning. Thank you for listening. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Keep learning. Keep growing. Keep becoming the person you were always meant to be. Because the greatest journey you'll ever take is the one that leads you back to yourself.